On January 20th, 1993, William Jefferson Clinton was sworn in as the 42nd President of the United States. To say that his time as president was scandalous would be an understatement. In life, there's a saying, guilty by association, which applies to most of us, including Bill Clinton. For him, this came in the form of his half-brother, Roger Cassidy Clinton, whose behavior was so bad that during the time his brother was campaigning to become president, the Secret Service had a code name for him, Headache. And by all means, Roger Clinton lived up to that name. On March 16, 1984, Rosario Gambino was arrested and eventually convicted of conspiracy to distribute narcotics. He was subsequently sentenced to 45 years. Rosario is the brother of John and Joe Gambino, commonly known as the Cherry Hill Gambinos. Back in 1980, Italian prosecuting judge Giovanni Falcone signed an arrest warrant for all three brothers for narcotic trafficking charges. In regard to those extradition warrants, I'll get to that later in the video. Supposedly, back in the 90s, while having a foursome game of golf at the Rancho Park Golf Course in Los Angeles, a golf cart pulled alongside Roger Clinton. In it was Tommy Gambino, the son of Rosario. He spoke for a while with Roger Clinton and then drove off, but not before handing him a parting gift, a box containing a Rolex watch. Two members of Roger Clinton's golf foursome happened to be Air Force intelligence officers, and they reported the incident. Initially, Roger Clinton and Tommy Gambino met at a club in Beverly Hills, California, and were introduced by a mutual friend who was in the music industry. At the time, Roger Clinton dabbled in music himself as a singer, and Tommy Gambino, who lived in California, was used to rubbing elbows with Hollywood celebrities. Besides the Rolex, it would come to light that Roger Clinton received a check in the amount of $50,000 made out to his music-related business. The check was signed by Rosario Gambino's daughter, Anna, who was the CEO of a company her and her brother owned called Progressive Telecom, Inc., which was a company that sold payphones to restaurants and stores. In addition, Roger Clinton received $250,000 in traveler checks that were sent from Hong Kong, China, and Venezuela. Those checks would be deposited into his account on December 15, 1998, July 12, 1999, and November 30, 1999. However, that $250,000 could not be confirmed as coming from the Gambinos. But so began his lobbying to have Rosario Gambino released from prison. For starters, Roger Clinton requested a meeting with the Regional Commissioner's Office, who had jurisdiction in Rosario's case. In January 1996, he placed a call to Michael J. Gaines, who was a member of the Parole Commission from the Maryland office. He spoke to Gaines's secretary, who took his message. He said he had a very important matter to discuss and that his brother recommended meeting. Ultimately, he was told that no commissioner could meet with him to speak about a specific case and that he should put his request in writing. In 1997, President Clinton announced the new chairman of the Parole Commission, and guess who he picked? Michael J. Gaines. Not long after that announcement, Roger Clinton again tried to get a meeting with Gaines. Instead, he met with Gaines's chief of staff, Marie Raggianti, on December 23, 1997. He explained his wish to get Rosario Gambino clemency and how Gambino had two job opportunities if released. He also added that he was not a member of organized crime and only on the fringes. A commission memorandum dated December 30, 1997, stated that the documents in Rosario Gambino's file clearly depicts him as an individual deeply involved in organized crime activity. Roger Clinton would have additional meetings with Raggianti. In one of those meetings, he even displayed a Sicilian phone book in an effort to show her how common the Gambino name is. After hearing about this, the commissioner's ethics officer wrote in a memo that Roger Clinton seemed to be trying to influence the decision-making process outside of the official record. As a result, Raggianti faxed Roger Clinton a letter stating all further communication must be in writing. After receiving the fax, Roger Clinton attempted calling Raggianti and left her a message apologizing if anyone thought he was asking for something inappropriate. On October 30th, 1998, Rosario Gambino was notified of a parole hearing that would take place in January 1999. When Roger Clinton heard the news, he foolishly wrote the commissioners a letter thanking them from the bottom of his heart. Rosario Gambino was denied parole. Strangely enough, most inmates with a pending extradition warrant will be paroled to a detention center. But for some reason, the government never granted the extradition for any of the Gambino brothers. In March of 1999, credit card receipts show that Roger Clinton and Tommy Gambino flew to Washington, but nothing is known about why they were in the capital. In September 1999, two FBI agents paid Roger Clinton a visit at his house in Redondo Beach, California. They began questioning him about any relationship he may have had with Rosario Gambino. He admitted lobbying the parole commission for Gambino's early release. He also admitted that Tommy Gambino told him, if his father received clemency, we will take care of you. And he explained he understood that to mean financially compensated. As for the Rolex, he gave the agents three contradicting stories. First, he said he was only shown the watch. Then he changed the story and said he did receive it, but it was a fake. He then said that he kept the watch, but didn't wear it because it was gaudy. As for the money, he said it was given to him by Tommy Gambino, who he called a friend, for a down payment on his house. However, both his and Gambino's banking records were looked into, and there was no record of him ever using the money for a down payment, or Gambino ever being paid the money back. The FBI wanted a commission employee to wear a wire and record conversations with Roger Clinton. They also wanted a commission employee to set up a meeting with Roger Clinton and introduce him to an FBI agent posing as a parole commission official. Marie Raggianti rejected these requests. The FBI eventually placed a hidden microphone under the desk of a commission employee who met with Roger Clinton, but he made no incriminating statements during that meeting. According to a confidential source, one who was close to Tommy Gambino, Roger Clinton told him that his father was a lock for a pardon. According to a House of Representatives report, it states, Roger Clinton repeatedly treated his relationship to President Clinton as a commodity to be sold to the highest bidder. Roger Clinton's behavior was unseemly at best, but it's even more troubling that the president himself appears to have instigated and encouraged his behavior. In Bill Clinton's final days as president in January 2001, the White House announced a list of inmates being considered for clemency. One of the names on that list was Rosario Gambino. The names were sent to the Justice Department for criminal background checks. On January 20, 2001, his last day in office, Bill Clinton issued 177 pardons. Rosario Gambino was not among them, but one was issued to Roger Clinton for his 1985 conviction for, of all things, cocaine possession and drug trafficking. Roger Clinton would state that the whole investigation was an attempt by the Republicans to embarrass the Clinton family. This story displays the power and influence the Gambino brothers had by gaining access to the decision makers by placing an expensive watch and money in the palm of the brother to the President of the United States. But what they failed to realize is they were dealing with a much bigger crime family called the government.